Oh, lads, we are back. We are back. Welcome. Face probably looking a little bit chubbier. You see the title of today's video. I'm going to try my best to take you through a full day of eating. We haven't done a full day of eating in a very long time. I am coming up on 7 weeks post show, and I want to get back into the rhythm here now after the most hectic number of weeks. Hectic 2 months nearly post show of showing you the process, showing you everything I've been doing in terms of managing absolutely everything. So it is 1:15. Shifted my schedule a small little bit differently today as well. Got up, did a block of steps. My first thing that I'll do every single day, either steps or cardio. And then I got onto work because since I got back from holidays, I went straight into one of the craziest things that I've probably ever witnessed. And I learned a lot from just watching a man this weekend for a lot of it and a lot of the day sitting in the back of a car, looking at him, recording him as well, running 100 kilometres across the west of Ireland. And it made me realise, and I think it's something that a lot of people can take from, and it has put that in my mindset now of like everything that I do on a daily basis is a piece of piss. That is a level above what hard actually is. Like that is shown hard. And Jack Rooney, I don't know if you'll be watching this or not, my man. My brother, appreciate you making me a part of it, making me a part of the crew firstly. But I can't imagine like what his next goal is going to be. And it just makes me think, right, you need to raise the bar here. You need to level up and set the standard here as well. Like me doing what I'm doing on a daily basis. Yeah, my head's about to explode at the moment with everything that's going on since come back from holidays and, everything that needs to be done on a day. And that's why I haven't shown a lot on here to you. But we're going to get stuck back into it because everyone that's been on here with me over the last couple of months, I need to keep showing up for you. And I'm using ye as my accountability. I'm using everyone on Instagram as my accountability. Everyone on here who's showing me support, I use you as my accountability. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to get stuck into a full day of eating. If you're doing a cardio session, you're driving along a long route, a long journey, whatever the case may be, you know how we work it with these videos, lads. They're raw. I chat a lot of rope. I get everything off my chest because as I was saying in that video this morning, not a lot of people I speak to about what I do on a daily basis. And the biggest thing for me is just about being able to get stuff out of here to ye. I'm already chatting shit. Need to get back in the swing of making good videos on here for ye every single day, maybe. We might get back into the swing of things if I can get that into the routine here now. But we are almost 7 weeks post show. Let's get into meal one. You want to see the food. I am trying to get structured meal plan in place here for myself as well. This is the first rest day. So the first rest day diet, the first rest day meal plan setup that I'm trying to structure for myself now properly with a set amount of calories. I'm going to do a bagel. With my breakfast. I'm going to get a proper meal plan in place over the next little while. It's just hectic at the minute. So I'm just basically running the days with the exact same food sources that I was doing throughout prep lads, because I don't think we've done a proper full day of eating since like peak week. Meal one is going down here. We're having egg whites, egg white omelette, smoked salmon, bagel, because I don't have any sourdough, and some fruit. It could be a 7,000 calorie full day of eating. It could be a 3,000 calorie full day of eating. You're just going to have to watch and find out what we do. But I'm just getting that structure in place. Obviously, it is that bit later in the day now because I just pushed it out. Being a rest day as well, so I don't have that training window to worry about. But we got 30 minutes Stairmaster, 100 reps of abs, 50 crunch, 50 knee raise. I can't do a leg raise. Under our belt as well earlier on. So it's just about that daily work, like having those standards there for myself every single day, and not letting them slip, not letting myself miss, having those daily non-negotiables. Do you know what I mean? So big thing for me as well at the moment is just trying to keep the head intact, especially this week. Came home for a heavy workload over the weekend, which was absolutely amazing, but straight into a big load of Monday check-ins, just work. I've got set up to do this evening, or as early as I possibly can, for a lad over in Australia. Just calls with clients at the moment and calls with new people and just bang. So you're just going to see the behind the scenes of it. That's what the omelette is looking like this morning. This is what you get You get the raw behind the scenes of Massy. Lad. How much time we spent here over the last couple of months. I know, it's a little bit messy or whatever. Suitcase is probably still closing it from holidays last week. Supplement wise as well, lads, we're going to have to run through. There's just so much to like run through and everything, but I'm going to eat my fucking breakfast before it goes cold. I've been hammering a lot of the ESN stuff, especially like focusing a lot more on my health now and everything. Getting bloods done tomorrow, I didn't know if I mentioned that, and then I'm pretty much ready to kick on with this off season. I've felt amazing, like straight through now post show. A lot of body weight has been gained, plenty of body fat, hopefully not all body fat. Training feels absolutely amazing. I'm feeling pretty much fully there now in terms of training. Just keeping cardio and everything intact. Like, it's just been go. And I'm just trying to keep fucking the head from exploding in terms of like the workload. Me trying to keep up with my own standards with nailing my nutrition, getting all the training, cardio, everything that I want to get done under my belt, but also just driving everything on. You know, that kind of way. And it's just about routine at the end of the day. So, meal number one is a beauty. We have a bagel. I haven't had a bagel. My God. It's just, Dan likes bagels. So we've got a full normal size bagel there. We've got 100 grams of smoked salmon. Apologies now you're not looking at it. And we've got 220 ml of egg white with my veg in there. So we've got pepper, onion, as always, and spinach. 100 gram of frozen pineapple. No, 50 gram of frozen pineapple, 50 gram of frozen mango. The texture on frozen mango, lads, is beautiful. I've got my fruit, we've got my veg, all the micros have been covered, we've got the carb source, we've got the protein from the salmon and the egg whites, and then we've got the fats coming from the salmon. It's a perfect rest day meal number one set up right there for you. And then we get I already put some salt on it, put the salt on there. Today's video really, I suppose, showing you the meals, but I'm trying to like bring myself back to get into it and get everything up to date. Sauce wise, then we're going to do a little bit of 11 calorie lighter than light mayonnaise when I construct this. Cup of black tea here then, and then I'm going to get stuck back into work. My head would be exploding sitting behind the laptop knowing that I have not done a certain amount of stuff that I need to get done every single day. It's the way my mentality is gone now, and it's what like I want to speak about and like speak a lot about. So that's what the podcast is going to be for when the podcast comes. Is just about like getting so much stuff off and out on here. It's like the YouTube videos is why they're always so long, because it's just getting stuff out and talking about it. And once we get up to date now after today's video, I can like be navigating things that little bit better and moving through things. But I'm going to get meal one into me. Macros for meal number one. I've also set myself up on my app Kahuna's as a client. Basically, I'm coaching myself at the minute, and the reason for that being is because everything I'm doing, like you see me over on holidays, I'm hitting a boxing bag. I did a high rocks class before I went on holidays. I'm probably going to attempt a high rocks class or something as well this week. It's not necessarily coachable at the end of the day. It is coachable, but it's just me getting into that routine here now, that structure. Like I was on holidays, do you know, like how are you going to coach a man there on holidays for X amount of weeks or this, that and the other? Yes, if someone is going straight through with that and they just have holidays for a week or two and they're coming back to their normal schedule. But because I was just doing so many bang different things post prep, in my reverse, I took things on myself, and I think it's been going pretty well, to be completely honest, and I'm actually really enjoying it, having the job on of trying to manage things that little bit more. So 572 calories here for meal number one. We have 56 grams of protein, 61 gram of carbs, 11 grams of fat. Meal number one. Who's still out there? I did my 30-minute Stairmaster this morning, lads. Who's still on prep? Who is in peak week for PCA this weekend? The Natty shows then coming up over the next couple of weeks. Muscle contests. It's like part 2 of the season now, isn't it? Anyway, meal number one going down the hatch at about 1:30 of the day. Maybe not optimal, but getting the job done. Oh.
He knows he's a fucking impressive dude, that fella.
Meal number one down, a couple of steps. Back on my laptop now, a number of hours. And then we'll see what we do this evening. Dan also right now like needs something for herself outside of work, in terms of having a purpose and having something for yourself outside of work. We all have our work that needs to be done every single day, and like I was saying earlier, for me to keep the head switched on here behind the computer Every single day, I need to have stuff done for myself first, like cardio, like steps, to be ahead, and for my head to not explode. I think outside of work, like myself and Ken were speaking about, you need to have something that you are working towards, you are working on for yourself to get more out of it, to actually enjoy your day to day and actually enjoy life instead of being waking up. Like Aaron, I was speaking on the phone to yesterday or the day before about just having structure, having routine, and not just getting up out of bed every single day, going to work, going through the motions, coming home from work, sitting down on the couch, just waiting for the day to be over, getting up doing the exact same thing the next day. What is the point in doing that? Where I'm at in terms of food wise and stuff like this, coming out post show, obviously, I got food to a point where I was controlling it. Okay, probably too much food than the body needed. Yes, and as I've been told, I was also told that my reverse would be fucked and I wouldn't end up nailing things and I was going down a slippery slope. Don't think that's happened either, lad. Has it? No. I'm in control. I'm managing things. Yeah, food went high and I've kept it high throughout holidays. You know, I feel like the point where I was at before I went on holidays, I came home in a better position, to be honest, with the work that I kept up when I was on holidays, because I wanted to keep that work up, because I could do that early in the mornings and then be chilling by the pool and stuff. Having done that and knowing here that I was just getting that out the way early in the day. Do you know that kind of way? But food on a training day now, and we'll see about rest day now today, to be completely honest with you. We will see. Obviously, I pushed food back later because I was working this morning. Then I was in the gym for a little bout to do my cardio and abs, and then I was home straight on the phone. Work is just bang, bang, bang. Okay, the busier you are, the less you need to worry about food. Hunger is still in a really, really good spot. I don't think for a long time anyway I'll have to worry about hunger issues or, you know, insulin sensitivity issues, as long as body fat doesn't get too high. But 3,500 calories there have been going in on a train day every single day, give or take about 6 meals most of the time, 5 meals some days, whatever works best on the day. All right, not stressing about it. I've been on my story most days trying to explain to people, the less you stress, the more success you're going to have, the better you're going to respond, because the body's going to be less stressed. It's going to respond better. It's like trying to get that into a client's head. Okay, the less you stress about these small little things, the more success you're going to have. And for me, over the last 7 weeks, it was the most unstructured 7 weeks, but a really successful 7 weeks that it's been for me, I think, to be completely honest. And people will have their opinions. People will have their opinions in the way that I look. I'm pretty content, right? Things could be better. Body fat levels could be lower. But I think we've done well in the last 7 weeks. And I'll tell myself that anyway, because that's the way I'm thinking about things. And it's me at the end of the day who's in control of this, who's in control of this. So it doesn't really matter what anyone else is thinking. I am using some of the lads to gauge how things are going. You know, Ronan is a big man for me on here, who I take a lot from in terms of like the progress he's made over the last while and just the friendship that we have, and I bounce a lot of ideas back and forth with him. So he has said that when off season begins here now, it's off plan meal every single day. What did he say? 500 test and 500 train. Just go straight in with it. But I'm absolutely buzzing for that to come. Something take the edge off, lad. Just a little something. But with that, I need to just get some fluids into me and go toilet. With cycling and everything at the moment, as I said, getting a big panel done tomorrow. Proper bloods, thyroid, hormones, everything that will need to be done. Assess them, see what the story is, and then we'll know where we can start. And I probably will push things, relatively hard in terms of where we're going, and move things on pretty quick, because I want to make progress and I want to make it fast. And I'm going to look after my health. I'm going to keep things in a good spot. I'm going to, as I said, just hold myself accountable to doing all that. And we'll see where we go. And I will keep you up to date in terms of where we are with cycles and everything like that, because I know people want to know about it. Most of you who are watching on here are in it for the nitty gritty of it all. And that's what I love about it as well. That's what I love about YouTube. I can just chat and I don't have like that 60 seconds, 90 seconds that I need to get all my words out. Like, I hate that about Instagram. If I want to speak something that I'm passionate about, it's hard to get it all out. But that's just the way it's gone nowadays. People will be looking at this meal, lads, and thinking, what is wrong with him? But it's just meal two, isn't it? It's just meal two. Some barbecue sauce going in. I've missed my barbecue sauce, some real barbecue sauce. But meal two is a little bit of a sporadic one. Obviously, it's a little bit later in the day, so we're putting things in a little bit later as well. Also, this is betaine HCl. A couple of lads I've been seeing using it and have been saying good things about it. We're going to have to use a fork for every bit of food, or a spoon for every bit of food, because I haven't got that long really. But prepared since last night. Last night's dinner was basically this with rice. So we've mince, pineapple, kimchi, beetroot, broccoli, pepper, onion. Perfect. Like, look at the amount of colours going on in that plate. Do you know what I mean? Like, be smart, lads, be smart. Now, that meal would have just been this meal. I would have just added rice, but rice wasn't prepared, which I should have just prepared last night extra of. And we've got part 2 to the meal, which is cream of rice. We've got Conte's caramel biscuit cream of rice, which is my favourite. We have then 4 different types of fruit on here. So we have 5 different types of fruit going in with this meal. Like, this is good in terms of micronutrients, lads. Good in terms of fruit. Like, especially when it comes to being hungry. Like, I'm starving for this meal now, which is a really good thing. But we've got cherries, frozen sweet cherries. If you haven't tried them, try them. Blueberries. So we have 50 gram of cherries, 50 gram of blueberries, 50 gram of raspberries, and 50 gram of banana underneath that. Beautiful 10 grams of Drizzler peanut butter. And then we've got 25 grams of ESN cinnamon cereal underneath there as well, or on top, I should say. And there is actually some cream of rice underneath there. 75 grams of cream of rice. 75 gram of cream of rice is 50 gram of carbs. So I got this rice source instead of like jasmine rice, which I'll have later on instead probably with a meal. So that's the way the meal is looking. That's the reality of it today. When you don't pay for MyFitnessPal, you turn the phone to the side. Big meal too, so a big hit of everything here. 764 calories, 72 grams of protein, 79 gram of carb, and 17 grams of fat. Beautiful. Lad. Cherries are a beautiful fruit. As well, with the cream of rice, some days I like it hot, some days I like it cold. It's weird. In prep, as we were coming to a close, it was always just cold. Then you just come over and then you just get a little bit of mince. Ah, lad. We'll have to run through supplements and everything like that as well, lads. But remember as well, food on a rest day is important. Obviously, you don't need quite as much. So today you'll see it's not quite 3,500 calories. I don't need 3,500 calories. But today, the day that I'm not training, the day I'm not in the gym breaking down muscle fibers, is the day that I'm growing. Is the day that I'm recovering and ready to go in and attack, push again tomorrow. Like, my chest is not fully but nearly recovered since Monday. Tomorrow it'll just about be ready to go in and attack session. Do you know, that kind of way? So use your rest days. Do not be scared of rest days. Like, you see, I'm going to be using my rest days as more days where I can get more activity done in ways. Do you know, like, I'll probably be heavier cardio on my rest days for the off season, heavier on the abs, heavier on just movement as a whole. And then my training days can be focused more on the training session itself, giving every single thing that I can to that training session. Higher food, obviously prioritizing. Thought someone drove in there. You know, the pre-workout meal, the post-workout meal. Obviously food be a lot earlier in the day. Like, most of the time I'm training a lot earlier in the day as well, so food is a lot earlier. But this is me just showing you and navigating through rest day, I suppose, you know, and kind of thinking to myself, we do have a recovery session later on this evening at Emer's Place, Westside Recovery, beside the lab. But what will we do this evening later on as well? Like, I need to do something. You know, that energy is still built up in me. I need to make use of this food at some point in time. Yeah, for recovery, but I want to, like, make use of it as well. You know, that kind of way.
I have a stupid hairband on my head because I don't want to hold it. Ugh. Why is it messy?
Because you were sitting in my seat.
Why it shouldn't be messy?
No,
because I cleaned it yesterday.
It's the way you left
Tell
it.
the people how messy you are.
It's the way you left it.
And you like to leave skid marks all over my toilet as well.
Jesus Christ. We're back for meal number 3, fellas. Smaller one now, a lot smaller than the big one. I was just back at Westside Recovery and then collected herself. Killed 2 birds with 1 stone. I got one of the lads set up. I did 30 minutes in the thermal suite, which is the sauna, jacuzzi and ice tub, and I did just sauna and ice tub, so back and forth between the two, which felt really good, to be fair. First time I was in that ice tub because I was too pussy the last time, and then about 25 minutes on the recovery boots, you know, the ones that I've been using here at home the whole time, and that was good. That was really nice. So we're back here for another meal before we hit another bout of steps. Now, I would like to go for like a little bit of a jog, like a little bit of a run, but it might just be like a fast-paced walk. We'll see what she's thinking. Meal number 3 is a staple now that I've yogurt back in the diet, because I didn't have yogurt in the diet once during prep. I kind of went off yogurt because I abused it so much over the last couple of years, but we have 200 gram of 0% faye. I think it's pronounced faye or fage. It's faye. It is. What are you saying? It is.
Did I open my mouth?
No, but you're just looking at me like, don't be looking at me like that. With 20 grams of ESN cinnamon cereal. Again, a full pink lady apple in underneath there, and then 3 just plain salted rice cakes. And then, instead of actual drizzler peanut butter, I have a little bit of PB2. 15 grams of PB2. And PB2 is powdered peanut butter. It's basically just less fat, higher protein. Not that I need that right now, but sometimes I just like that as a change because I have a good bit of it in the house. And that is meal number 3 of the day.
And a bag of popcorn.
We had a bag of popcorn. Popcorn is actually very good in like the amount you get for the amount of calories. Very good. We had popcorn last night, lad.
Not if you leave me eat the whole fucking bag of buttons on my own.
42 protein, 40 gram of carbs, only 3 grams of fat. So fat's a little bit lower, but I'm not too worried, like, you know, rest day fats and stuff. I'm not really stressing about having fats super high. Some days I like having higher fats. Some days I like having lower fats. We also do be having a bit of salmon, actual salmon back in the diet now as well. So we'll have that like a couple of times, maybe once or twice a week, which is like to get good fish in. But I'd rather have carbs a little bit higher. I reckon today for a finish, food won't be that high because I don't necessarily need it here on the rest day. I'd rather have food a good bit higher on a training day, pull back a little bit on rest days if I can, because it's more so just being at home for the day and not doing as much, and then an off-plan meal during the week as well to kind of balance things out. It's kind of just finding my feet here now ever since I got back from holidays and home and back into routine of how much food I actually need to keep body comp in a really good spot, keep body weight trending the way that we want it to, but not moving too quick. And then obviously keeping health markers like my blood pressure, my blood glucose, everything else like that, just in a very good spot.
I'm not running, I told you.
Hi, Rox.
No. Couch and a bag of popcorn.
You need to do something, lad. Did I tell you I was getting bloods done tomorrow, lad?
Yeah, God only knows what they're going to look like.
We're going to see if the balls are working or not.
They're not working anyway. Around here lately.
I'm still only 6.5 weeks post-show, like.
It's still fucking depressing. You only like when the camera is on, when you're being all nicey nice. Show them what you're really like.
I fucking will.
Go on then.
Yeah.
Go on. Because you have food all over your face.
Is it recording, yeah?
Yeah, it is recording.
Yeah, I'm going to call you out. I'll put it in my YouTube video.
Go on, call me out. Go on me out.
Danielle said that she was going to start getting fit. She was going to start eating right. She said she was going to be gymming. I pay for a gym membership for you every single month now. And you're like,
I went to the gym yesterday.
I don't want to go.
I ate an apple today, a protein yogurt, chicken and rice for my lunch. What do you want me to do? Do nails while I'm walking?
How many steps did you say you've done for today?
I'm doing nails all day. How am I meant to walk?
Yeah. You go and do that this evening, and you can do it before you go.
Yeah, but you needed to eat because you were hungry. So now we're eating, and now I'm lazy because you made me sit down.
No, I was trying to explain to Danielle, lads, just like I'm trying to explain to everyone else. You need something outside of work.
When am I not working? Tell me when I'm not working.
You're not working from 6 in the morning till 10 in the morning. You're not working from 6 in the evening till 9 in the evening.
6 to 9. Hold on a second now. I finished my last girl at 6 on the dot.
Yeah.
I have to turn off everything. I don't get out of there till 6:30.
Yeah.
I have to be in there to let my staff go at 9 o'clock on the dot. So I need to leave here at 9:15.
Yeah, that night.
So I cooked a dinner the other night. Or did I cook you something the other day?
We are back. Back, lads, with a good old standard dinner. It's hard to see it here now. I have to shine my light over to show you, but we have 200 gram raw weight chicken just seasoned with a load of whatever's in the press. 350 spud made into chips in the air fryer. We've got tender stem broccoli, beetroot, a little bit of gherkins, sliced gherkins, kimchi, a little bit of pepper thrown in there then, and what's that, spring onion. And for self, Dan is doing the same pretty much. Paprika, Cajun and garlic, just whatever. And then I'll do ketchup, I'll do mustard, do my 2 salts then on top. It is fairly late. We went for about 5,000 steps and got that done, and now we're home. So that is dinner, meal number 5. Nice big chunky one. Just wanted spuds for a change, you know what I mean? And on a meal plan, lads, that looks like 200 grams of chicken. I was just talking to one of the girls about this. 200 grams of chicken, 250 grams of spuds. It's like when you see someone talking about chicken and rice. Like, the population, majority of the time, is eating chicken and rice for dinner. Or mince and spuds, or chicken and potato, chicken and pasta. And you look at a meal plan and you see it says chicken and rice, veg. That's what you're eating. It's just the majority are eating like chicken curry. They're eating sweet and sour. They're eating sweet chili. They're eating this, that, and the other. Do you know that kind of way? And you can do all those things. Like, that's what we do all the time as well. Not in prep, obviously, but just normally. Me and Dan are eating the same dinner here tonight, and we will do most nights. We'll have that one meal together. Do you know, the rest of my meals during the day will be like my whatever, because Dan just doesn't eat like that. She'll eat her meals. But like, you can have these meals. It's just about that little bit of effort, you know, putting your sauces on, putting your seasonings on. Like, if you put that little bit of effort in, you can do it, and you can do it nicely. Have your quantities, because we all need our quantities to know we're obviously going in terms of where we need to be going with the quantities we need. But the actual dinners can be nice, and not just chicken and rice on a plate with a little bit of veg on the side. Do you know that kind of way? So that is meal number 5. Meal number 4. Meal number 4. And the macros for this, like, I'm not counting any veg, never track any veg. 472 calories. Obviously, there's a lot more calories on there with the veg in there, but I'm just keeping that consistent. 55 protein, 55 carb, 3 grams of fat. And then we'll have one big ass final meal today. To be fair, like, you always catch me out. Like, there will be just more structure in place now over the next couple of weeks, but it's a rest day. Not too worried about meal timings, as long as I'm getting enough hits throughout the day, and as long as I'm getting enough meals in. Like, it's not an issue of like struggling to get food in or anything like that. There's no fear of that at the moment, but just not worried about it, not stressed about it. You know, like, a lot more days will be a lot more structured. We'll have more structure as we move along, because like, it will be harder to get food in and everything, and I don't want to be eating too close to bed either. But right now we don't need to be worrying about that. Right, lads, final one. Creamy is still in for the most part. Obviously we didn't have it when we were away and everything, but here's what she's looking like, if you can see that. Not the best lighting in here. In here is 50 gram. Remember on prep, lads, it was like 35 gram. 50 gram ESN cinnamon cereal. Again, it's like my 3rd time having it for cereal. Dan is having Leon cereal, and again, probably the 2nd favourite flavour. She has that with Bueno sauce. My man Sam T will know all about that. And she has it with 70% salted caramel dark chocolate. This is like where you know, again, like I was speaking about chicken and rice on a meal plan, lads. When you have like dark chocolate on a meal plan, you can have that little bit of variety. Pussy boys on prep having this, maybe a different story. A real man has 85% dark mixed in. So little bits of dark chocolate mixed in there. So this goes in a bowl. Where's my spoon? I'll fast forward this. Dan can just hold the camera, so that's just there for. We have a cup of tea gone up already. We're going to watch some. We're watching Beauty in Black and Power again at the moment. If you know, you know. Power is goated as one of the bad boy movie or series. Dan's tit is hanging out behind the camera here. She's wearing that peppermint fucking, you know, the thing you buy in the vets for your muscles, lads. I swear. If you don't know, get to know. I'm also a tired man here. Like, again, this is a full pint of ice cream, lads. Just protein powder and water. I'm still not having it with milk or anything like that. Then, remember I was having 50 gram of banana earlier? Got 50 gram of banana here, pretty much. I'm just looking at bananas as 100 grams, right? Give or take. Then, usually I'm doing blueberries. Tonight, I've decided I'm going to go with some cherries. So we have 50 gram of cherries going in here for the final meal. But this is a proper meal now. I'm telling you, one of the lowest calorie meals of the entire day. Bash. But like one of the thickest kind of meals of the day as well. And my love for banana at the moment is absolutely mental. 3 rice cakes. in on top then for that little bit of crunch, lads. Like, this is a proper meal. Then we're going to get final addition on there. Dan does the bueno sauce. I'm just doing more of my drizzler. This is where like the fats come out to play now at night time. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's also where things can go wrong for a lot of people. You know, when like you get the nicer kind of sweet treat at the end of the day, you just have to be careful. You know what I mean? Look at where 15 gram goes with this drizzler peanut butter. You just cannot get that with normal peanut butter. And that is what the final meal looks like. Take a look at that. Macros, quickly, because we do have one little final thing that I do, a little treat for myself now, being a post-show. It's not something you could have on prep, lads. Calories for the final meal, 663. Okay, macros, 57 gram of protein, 56 gram of carb, 23 gram of fat. Now, not just in that bowl, the final little addition is this little fucker. My God. They're not the best macro protein bar, but ESN's taste protein bars. This is the dark cookie flavour. 13 grams of protein is nicer than any chocolate bar you're going to have. So that is my little treat there. With that, for the end of the day, cup of tea, Bob's your uncle. And that's the full day of food that's gone in the big boy belly that is Fat Massy. That'll be macros for the day, just after 10 o'clock. So it's not too bad. And that leads us on to the full day. Pretty much where I kind of want to be at with a rest day here now. And I'm just going to see how we get on over the next little while. Like, it's all a game of seeing how you respond from it and going with it. If I need less food, probably not. If I need more food, maybe I will. If I need to keep it the exact same, probably we will. Okay. We've got this bad boy going in. I was on melatonin, a heavy dose of melatonin and another sleep supplement with melatonin in it and a few other things there towards the end of prep, and ran out of it then for a while, and sleep was pretty messed up after prep for a good few weeks. But ever since holidays, the latter end of holidays, and ever since I got home, sleep has been in a pretty good spot now, and I've just started putting in this bad boy, the new sleep supplement from ESN, and I've had 2 so far very good sleeps. Now obviously I have to give it a bit longer than that, but it has a little bit of melatonin inside in it, not too much. It's got a lot of other things in there as well. I don't need to bore you with, but I'm supplementing well at the moment, to be fair. Now, Bloods will probably tell me tomorrow, as you know, exactly what I need to be supplementing more with, what I need to put more of a focus on, but it's just overall health when it comes to the diet and what I might need to supplement in terms of the foods that I'm eating and everything like that. Do you know that kind of way? So we'll report back on that. It is actually a tasty little one as well, so put that in early as well. Like, don't put that in like right now before you're getting in and going to bed. You want to put that in a little bit earlier so you're winding down and actually getting ready for sleep. And then it's just things like putting the fucking phone away. Do you know what I mean? Putting the phone away, turn the TV off, and just getting that structure there when it comes to sleep and waking. But food for the whole day: 280 grams of protein, 300 gram of carb, 58 grams of fat. So protein on the much higher end of things at the moment. Reason for that being is it fills me up a lot more. Protein is the hardest macronutrient to turn into fat. Now, at the end of the day, it's the surplus of calories that you're going to have that's going to make you get fat. But having the protein there, for me, I find it just fills me more, keeps me more satiated, yeah. And that second one, you know, I'd rather be having more protein than having more fat or more carbs, you know, that kind of way. So we have 300 gram of carbs. Again, 300 gram carbs for me right now is plenty, you know, on a rest day. Not necessarily on a training day. Like, training is absolutely flying, and I cannot wait for it to just continue. Like, I did not expect numbers to be even where they were with the first 2 training sessions back since we got back from holidays, you know, but they were in a really good spot. And then fats are obviously way higher than they were for a very long time during prep, so they're perfectly fine where they are now. You know, kind of way. So we're just going to play it by ear. So 2,800 calories there pretty much on a rest day. Keep that where it's at. Use training days, which are the most of the week, as my chance to have calories that little bit higher, in around 3,500, and just play it by ear. Maybe I'll get to a point in the next week where I'm like, I might have to actually pull back here a small little bit, or I might have to up my, you know, activity that little bit more. But the reason I'm able to eat that 3,500 calories right now is because of the activity I'm doing, you know, cardio every single day pretty much. steps nice and high. Like we are on 15k steps for the day. Like I'm kind of setting my goal in and around that because I just like doing it. I'm enjoying it, and if I can just keep that up, I'd rather be doing that amount, not overdoing it in terms of cardio, not overdoing it in terms of activity. 15k is fine, absolutely plenty. And yeah, I will get to a point where I will bring probably the steps back down when food is, getting pushed and everything. But I'd rather be eating more food now and doing more activity than eating less food and doing less activity. You know what I mean? And have that fuel there going in for my training. And as long as I'm recovering well, we're seeing progress in the gym. All lifts are going the way that we want them to be going. Body composition is staying where we want it to be. We're going to be in a good spot. We're going to be building muscle. And the plan is to build a lot of fucking muscle. So stay tuned. Hope you got a cardio session done. Hope you enjoyed the full day of eating. Might have given you a few ideas. Might have given you a bit of a kick up the arse in terms of getting your diet in order, lad. Drop the video a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. Most importantly, take control. Take control, lad.
I get the best of me, thinking we got telepathy. Working on it every day, but I don't know what's next for me.